Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So I'm just getting these cards ready. It's been an interesting couple days. It's been very fascinating. I asked what this conversation was going to be about, and what I heard is secure your aura. Things are ramping up. They are greatly ramping up. And, it is what it is. It is what it is. I think this is a prime opportunity for many of us to kind of get our business in order. I don't know. The feel is like really listening to the guidance of soul, really just allowing ourselves to hear from within us what we should do, what we should not allow ourselves to partake in, what we should, do to keep ourselves inaccessible to parasitic things, inaccessible to drama and trauma. I think that for many Blu-rays, um, you are very much being enticed, repeatedly enticed to allow yourself to be accessible to old patterns, old dramas, old yada, yada, yadas. I don't know. I don't know that you should do that. I don't know that you should do that. Like for me personally, I've been very, very mindful of my space and who I allow in my space, what I allow around me. Just, no. I'm not going to agree to allow myself to get sucked into nonsensical stuff. That's been a repeating pattern. Kind of just like attempts to entice, attempts to interact, attempts. You have to secure your aura by not allowing access. It doesn't matter how long you've known someone. It doesn't matter if you love them deeply and all of that wonderful stuff. If you sense something is off, you need to steer clear. That's just that. You need to steer clear. Okay. So let's get these. Oh, that's a lot of cards. It's okay. All right. Yep. Yeah. All of this just kind of ties in together. All of this. Okay. Here's the thing. You guys are aware that we've entered into a manifestation cycle. You guys are aware. Well, you should be aware if you watch my stuff. This has been the subject matter for quite a few weeks, if not months at this point. So we've entered into a manifestation cycle. There's a lot of energy being pressure injected. There's a lot of potentiality. And with that, potentiality can be both positive and negative for the individual. It really depends on how you allow that energy to be utilized. So, confirmation, we've entered into that manifestation space. Typically, when you enter into a manifestation space, your energies will be surging. Okay. A lot of surging, a lot of odd experiences, not necessarily bad, but just odd sensations through the body, a lot of changes to your sleeping pattern, eating pattern, so many different things. But right now, this surging energy is supposed to be used for manifestation. What are you going to be manifesting for yourself? What are you already in the process of manifesting for yourself? If you're going to allow yourself to get sucked back into old cycles with people who are known to be parasitic in nature towards you. Example of this, someone you've known for a very long time consistently makes snide remarks. You're aware they talk shit about you, but then they frame it like in a joking way, but really They're very passive aggressive in their disdain of you, their dislike of you, but they don't have the courage to have full on, flat out confrontation, right? Um, you allow that, I mean, you're wasting your energy. You're wasting your energy. I'm going to be blunt about it. You're wasting your energy. You need to cleanse all of that from your space. You have to secure your aura. These are the very people who don't give you permission to heal beyond what they believe um, you're worthy of. Some people might love you, but they don't love you more than their desire to see you hurt. These are people who play too many games with you, right? They'll withhold themselves. And when they feel you pulling away, they'll push themselves on you. They'll insist. They'll try and lure you back in. I don't know about you guys. I'm at a point where it's like, I got big shit I need to accomplish. I've been in a idling type mode for far too long. Yeah, no, I've been working. I've been doing a lot, but now I'm really focused on pushing everything forward. I am. I'm seeing how some of these things are playing out in my workspace. And it's kind of just like, mm, okay, okay. I need to react different. I need to respond different. This needs to be a very conscious period for me. Meaning, before I respond to something, really just taking a good look like, okay, what is this about? What's the intention here? Allowing my body to speak to me. Um, if someone reaches out to you, someone that you know, and suddenly you feel a sharp pain somewhere in your body, I don't know. To me, that's a warning sign. You could be like, that's a coincidence, but I haven't had coincidences in my life in a very long time. I've been seeing how so many different things fit in together and tell me an entire story. There was a situation that was kind of it's not a bad situation. There was a situation that was kind of unfolding over the weekend. It's fascinating to kind of sit back and look. Um, yeah, it was fascinating. And it was this thing of asking the question of why. Why did it unfold the way it did? Because I'm curious. I'm curious. I'm not angry. I'm not bitter. I'm curious. So, um, someone posted content. They tagged me in it. And that doesn't upset me at all. What I got curious about was that content literally went viral. And I was just like, huh, that's cool for them. Right. I think it's really cool for them. But then I asked the question, like, okay, but if it was my content, why did it unfold like that? Because they tagged me, and I mean, it directs people who are ready to interact with me to my page. And then Michael started laughing. He started laughing. And I said, "What's so funny?" Like, I'm not mad. I'm just curious. And he's like, "It's the only way to prevent you from preventing what needs to happen." And I didn't understand. I didn't understand. And then he says to me, "Well, because if we allowed you to be the one, you would take it down." And I was like, "I would." I would. I would have. I would have. I would have took the video down. I would have. Sometimes the people who are brought into your life are people that need to be present, and they have no malicious intent towards you. None. You have to listen to that gut feeling. You have to. Because sometimes that gut feeling will tell you, hey, this person that you trust so deeply, They don't have good intentions towards you. They're using all their available means and methods to access you, to infiltrate your space, and they don't have good intentions towards you. Your lack of response, your pulling away of your energy is the only reasoning that they're trying to keep you around, because they didn't give you permission to do that. Secure your auras, secure yourself. Stay away from that type of interaction. When there is a history with specific people in your life of them being malignant towards you, of them being petty towards you, of them trying to cut you down in a very passive aggressive way or in a very overt, very obvious way, respond appropriately. Respond appropriately. Okay. If you don't, if you don't allow yourself to push these things out of your space and leave space only for what you want to manifest, you're going to enter into an upside down cold space, very, very upside down, very frigid space. You're going to probably initiate a cycle of self abnegation. If you're someone that tends to completely ignore your own needs, tends to completely sacrifice yourself for other people to show your loyalty, to show your love. This is a period where some of the people that you are loyal to, some of the people that you love so deeply, you're going to learn their organic portals, that they are Trojans being commandeered by demonic things simply because they have access to you. One of the most loving things I can do for a person that I love and they cannot maintain their space, they cannot maintain their sovereignty, they are super duper susceptible to the thought inception from demonic things, is to just completely cut contact. You can't maintain yourself. Your access to me is causing you to be utilized in a weaponized manner. No contact. I'm good. I don't want to hold myself in a space where I will later punish myself because I blame myself for what you experienced, what you went through. Not everyone has a capacity to be an active part of your life. People who don't want to take accountability for their behaviors, for their toxicity, for the ways in which they continue to try and perpetuate these old cycles. They don't want to see it. They don't want to hear it. It's time for them to go. At the very least, to the outer limits of your life. They don't need to be at the center, injecting poison into you and your life. If you allow it, you're not going to receive protection from this because you allowed it. You allowed it in. And for some of you, you might be like, no, God will protect me. No, my soul will protect me. No, this. When you allow something, you are telling everything in creation, I want and need to learn this. Let me choose this. And your choice will be honored. It will be honored. I had to learn this the hard way. I did. There was this individual who, of course, the most manipulative, most user ass people, they're super ridiculously sweet in the beginning. They're still trying to get into your inner circle. Of course, they're going to be very sweet, very supportive, very loving, all of that. All of that, right? So that's what this person was. And this was years ago. And before they actually began to feel comfortable enough around me to show me the truth of who they are, people were already privately coming to me like, hey, this is off. Like, this is someone who envies you. And I'm like, envies me? What the hell would you envy me for? I'm just a regular ass person. That's weird. Like, no, they don't. No, and this person has some really malicious intentions towards you. They're so sweet, though. They would never. I've had to learn whenever I start saying things like that, like, they would never. No, they love me so much. I love them. They would never. That's a motherfucking demon. Yep. Yep. That person is going to absolutely go out of their way to try and wreck my entire existence. So now, if the question even arises, if I find myself thinking something along those lines of, no, they're so sweet, they would never. Nope, nope, I'm out. Nope, nope, absolutely not. Nope, 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 nope. As a matter of fact, I've become so sensitized to this process and become so committed to securing my aura. If I even question, because I'm the type of person, I'm a fucking enabler. I am. I enable people's toxicity directed at me because I'm always like, no, it's okay. Mhm. So if I even question, nope, no, girl, knock it off. Time to stop chatting. Time to stop. Nope. Nope. They can be sweet all they want, and you're not going to be there. Nope. Absolutely not. I will not allow myself to falter this time. Not for this window. This is the greatest, most largest window of opportunity that we are all being presented simultaneously. And for some of you, you'll see this play out as having to make a choice. Your dreams are their preferences. And if you don't choose their preferences, you're going to be seen as the asshole. What are you going to choose? What are you going to choose? I sure as hell hope that you're going to choose you. Because whatever you give up to prove your loyalty, it will never be enough. If people cannot accept you as you are right here, right now, no matter what you do, it's never going to be enough. It will never be enough. You will never make up for whatever wound they have festering inside them, whether you inflicted that wound or not. It will never be enough. Time to cut your losses, secure your aura, move forward, use your energy in a very, very productive, very responsible manner. These are people and situations that don't respect you and your process at all. If you continue this, you'll begin to see symptoms of it in the autumn time. Remember, winter was also in reverse, right? So this is like what, 6 months or more? 6 months or more of you dealing with consistent disrespect, consistent feeling of a lack of security. It's not worth it. Or you could choose to martyr yourself. Perfectly fine with me. I will not join you there. Perfectly fine with me. I'm not going to try and force you to love yourself. Ooh, the venom in that. No one can force you to love yourself. So if you're not ready to love yourself, then go ahead and choose the person who's willing to punish you for existing. Yeah. That cut deep, huh? Yeah. It was meant to hopefully drain some of that pus that's been festering in the wound, causing you to be distorted in your perception of yourself and what you deserve. It was meant to cut deep. It was meant to. Like I said, I'm not mincing words today. Yeah. Oh, yep. There you go. There you go. hmm Cards are calling you out. Whoever it is that needs to be called out, the cards are calling you out. There you are. Look. Ooh, you're going to sacrifice yourself, right? What can you let go of? What can you give up? Giving yourself up. You see that right there? Yeah, that thing pulling This humanoid form beneath the surface, you see that? That looks parasitic to me. That looks parasitic in nature to me. I'm good. I'm good off all of that. Like, I'm good. This is triggering me. This is really triggering me. Yeah, all of these cards. Let's see. Honor your mystical creative force. It came in reverse. It's about bleeding for people who wouldn't even bother thinking twice about leaving you on the side of the road, right? Embrace oneness with the universe. But again, in reverse, you keep separating yourself from the very things that are meant to help you heal yourself. And you keep forcing yourself to remain in spaces that continue to poison you. Let chance play its creative role in your life, but it's in reverse again. You're not letting anything happen. You're continuously choosing to remain in spaces where you feel insecure, where your aura is left susceptible to what? Parasitic stuff. Solitude, alone but not lonely. It's in reverse. Alone but not lonely. So you aren't alone, but you feel very lonely. Even in the presence of these people or this person that you believe loves you, you feel so alone. You feel so lonely. Liberation, free yourself, but it was in reverse as well. I mean, does that look like a kiss or does that look like she's being pecked in the face? Mm. You have to be very clear with yourself about what it is you're actually doing to you. For many people in our community, most of you are empathic in nature. Most of you sacrifice yourself consistently for other people. Most of you give so much and expect nothing in return. Most of you martyr yourselves. Most of you will allow the people you love to have some type of um, entitlement to you. I refuse at this point. I refuse. All of my decisions and everything I select, if it is not supportive of my health and well-being, absolutely not. I will not allow it. I will not allow it to remain around me. I don't care how much money, I don't care any of that. I will not allow it at all, ever. And people can go ahead and say that, oh, Emmy's changed. She's stuck up now. Yes, the fuck I am. I'm stuck up. I have standards. I have actual standards at this point that I'm willing to speak on. Yeah, no, not everyone is worthy of being in your presence. Not everyone has earned the blessing of being able to interact with you, having unrestricted access to you. That shit has to be earned. I don't care how long I've known people at this point. If nothing you have done over the years that I have known you has got you to earn your place in my life, I'm fucking good. I'm so good off all of that. If in our years together, it's nothing but me remembering the ways in which you've passive aggressively or overtly tried to cut me down, made me feel bad about myself, made me feel less than. No, no. Your time to play with my emotions is done. It's done. No more. No more. Does that mean we're going to have drama? No, I'm just going to move on with my life. But what about their feelings? That's for them to rectify. But what if they get hurt that you walk away? They created that circumstance for themselves. They created that circumstance for themselves. That's not for me to correct. If you've allowed yourself to be accessible for how long? And every time there was access, it was nothing but drama? I'm sorry. Maybe they're not the issue. Maybe your logic is the issue. Your logic that that's all you deserve. Like, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And it's not this thing of you should never be loyal to people. I have a very small number of people that I have such a depth of loyalty to. It's not an obligation, it's a depth of loyalty. It's something I willingly choose because time and time and time again, they have done nothing but show me like I can count on you. Even in times where I'm not letting you know I need someone to lean on, you're there and you're like, no, girl, stop it. I'm helping. It's like, stop. Right? There's no question there. There's no question that I don't need to be in a state of wondering where I stand with you, in a state of wondering if I need to protect myself. Blu-rays, you are under attack. Open your eyes to it. The toxic people that you love are what's being weaponized and used to drain you of your energy so that you cannot do what needs to be done right now. You need to create a space of safety and stability for yourself now. These demonic things that are trying to watch you through the mirrors, they're looking to see who is going to be used to access you. Who can get you all discombobulated in your feelings? Who can get you to question yourself, to diminish your worth, to see yourself in such a distorted manner that you wouldn't even question? People have been asking me all weekend, like, why the mirror? Why? Because the demons want to know how to fuck with your head. That's why. They want to know how to hurt your feelings in ways that you will not easily recover from. That's why. Parasitic dysregulation syndrome, PDS, a term that I coined. They want to use your emotions to dysregulate you. I just got a notification. I see the word ancestral. Let's find your perfect match. They're looking for the perfect match to your trauma. Who can exacerbate that trauma? Who can cause that deeply buried trauma to rise to the surface so that you don't see when you get infiltrated, when you get breached? What are you going to do about this? You going to let yourself get all upset? Or are you going to do something about this that's actually productive? What are you going to do about it? There was a circumstance end of last week, right? Um, an infected individual hops on the live stream. They were instructed to stay off the live stream. And I'm like, you know, I see you, right? Do I need to be upset? No. Why? Well, that's just more information that goes to the independent review board. I'm not part of that decision making, anyways. So I need to not invest any of my emotions. It is what it is. It is what it is. But now I see your true character. It is what it is. Whatever's decided is what's decided. That's that. But Emmy, oh my gosh. No, not oh my gosh. Not, oh my gosh. No. The end of that live stream, I did a clearing. Mhm. Yeah. And it's a different form. It can't be cloned or copied. The energetic pathways that were used, there's certain things you can do so energy doesn't get recorded. There's certain things. I'm securing my aura. I've been in the process of that for weeks now. TVs are black mirrors. Any reflective surface serves as a mirror and entry point into the home. That includes toilets, bathtubs, standing water, everything. Everything. It serves as an entry point. If you don't begin to secure your aura at this point, um, it is what it is. It is what it is. And if you are someone who cannot secure your aura and you try and be a part of my life, I will need to take the appropriate steps. What's that mean? That I'm not going to be accessible. I'm just not. There's no reason for me to continue to repeat cycles that I've already been through. Just like there is no reason for you to repeat cycles that you've already been through. Right? For some people, these are cycles they continue to repeat lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. You think you're going to be the one to heal that? They've chosen the same bullshit for so many lifetimes. Are you kidding me right now? You think you are going to be their personal messiah? That's not how it works. Simply have gratitude for the lessons you've learned, actually apply what you've learned, and carry forward. This Mother Earth card in reverse is telling me that whatever it is that some of you are going through, it's not just a human conflict. This is something that has existed for quite some time and it exists on a soul level. Not everyone that you have a past life history with has a good history with you. And some of these people, you won't know that the history was bad until way, way, way later. You won't know. So don't be so quick to try and be buddy buddy and besties with someone who you have a past life history with, but you don't quite know what the past life history is. Not everyone has your best interest at heart. Some people will see that past life history and your awareness of it as a powerful tool to access you and burrow deep in your auric field. If you allow that, you've allowed it. You've allowed it. That's what that means. If you allow that, you allowed it. That means you're no longer a victim. That means you are a co creator. What are you wanting to co create during this period? Hardship or happiness for yourself? Are you trying to create stability? Limitless. Your options and your potential are limitless. If you can allow yourself to responsibly choose things by way of unconditional love for the self, then some good things might be in store for you. Just between us, I think a lot of good things are in store for you. That's why demonic things are trying so hard to derail your progression. I'm serious. I think a lot of good things are in store and they're trying to just really mess with your mindset. So when these good things start to present themselves, you'll be paranoid and you'll push it away. So I'm kind of just like, nope, 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 nope. I'm just waiting for my good stuff. I'm not going to be participating in any bullshit. I'm not going to be putting people's um, feelings before my own when I know they're weaponizing their feelings to try and manipulate me. I'm good. When I say I'm good, like I'm actually good. It's not like I'm good, like a woman scorned, like, I'm done, but in reality, you're not done and you're going to stay in that situation no matter how you're treated, right? It's like this empty threat. No, when I say I'm good, I'm literally like unbothered. It's such a fucking gift to have a Capricorn moon and a Capricorn Venus. It's such a gift because I'm just like, nope, turn off. I'm good. What should I do today? Yeah. People are going to tell you, like, oh, you're so heartless. You're so this. You don't care. Actually, no. I'm a very caring person. But now I'm being selective of what I actually care for, what I volunteer to bleed over, right? Like, I have some standards and I'm sticking to them. Because before I had standards already, but I never really enforced those standards and boundaries because I didn't want to hurt people's feelings. Thankfully, I'm at an age where fuck feelings. You're toxic, you need to be out. That's that. You're toxic, you need to be out. How do you protect yourself from a side of cutting someone off? Um, you don't necessarily have to cut someone off. You have to cut off their access to you, meaning their words should not be allowed to enter you, to affect your perception of you. For example, if someone were to come to me with some manipulative words, um, and it carried with it the hi Takesha, it carried with it the implication that you know, they're trying to imply that I'm kind of being a bitch, right? Just because, you know, I'm not playing along with their games anymore. Not being confrontational, I'm just not playing along. I'm busy doing life, right? And they come with some manipulative wording. I recognize it for what it is. It is what it is. And I'm still busy. Does that mean I've cut them off? No. If it's someone that I truly love and I've identified them as toxic, we're not going to be having conversations. We're not going to be interacting. We're not going to be trying to plan to hang out or any of that. But if I love you or you call and there's a true, genuine need for me to assist, if I can assist, I will. But I will not put myself in detriment to assist you just to prove to you that I'm loyal to you, knowing you don't really need me to help. You're just testing my loyalty. I'm good. No, you're good. You figure it out. You got people in your life. You're not alone. You good. You figure it out. You don't need me. And besides, I'm busy. It's no biggie. That's how you protect yourself. Not everything needs to be like, no, you need to respect me. I've learned you don't respect me. I accept that. What do you mean you accept that? That means I'm not going to be bothering with you. You don't respect me. I respect you. Okay. I respect that. I'm carrying forward. Thank you for showing me what I need to know. And I'm just carrying forward. Right? Some things you will need to be confrontational, be like, no, you can't do this and that to me. Most things, I'm just like, gotcha. All right, carrying on. Just carrying on. No biggie. Right? Part of how you secure your aura is you deciding who gets parts of your energy, parts of your attention. And it's all in the communication. When you know someone is being passive aggressive with you, how do you respond? Do you need to respond? Well, you need to ask yourself a question. If you respond, will your response be utilized to launch a poor me campaign? Will it open the door for full on confrontation, which they want? They want to feed off your energy. If you don't respond, will they use that as like, oh, look, you're ignoring me? Either way, it's drama. right? So then do whatever you want, because no matter what you were going to do, they were going to turn it into drama regardless. And that just liberates you right there. You don't have to play along. You don't have to any of that. There's no rule that you have to explain yourself. All right. Ooh, girl. I love me some Takesha and Martinez. You guys got to see this comment. I'm busy. Yeah, I had to be able to say that without feeling bad. Some folks be knowing better. Seriously. Some people know how busy you are and they don't care. The busier you are and the more they can get you to squirm and bend to their will, the more powerful they feel over you. They're not looking for love. They're looking for confirmation that they still have dominion over you. This is something I had to learn. I had to stop making everyone else's emergency mine. It was disturbing my peace. Man, I'm so adamant that my peace not be disturbed these days. I'm so adamant about that. Like, if I have to keep questioning, like, okay, should I respond? Should I not respond? What's going to happen if no, fuck that. I got shit to do. I'm going to let you play your game by yourself. I got shit to do. And then I stop being irritated immediately. When I give myself permission to mind my business and protect my peace, I get real calm. And that tension that was building up in my body is gone. It's gone. And I go back to my baseline. And in that moment, I know I've just secured my aura once again. I've secured it. I'll tell you guys this. For most of you, you know that I have a lot of um, history dealing with demonics, right? No, I don't work with them. I extract them. I'm an exorcist by trade. That's one of my primary, um, most developed skills. Parasitic extraction is a demonic exorcism. When we take the sterility out and we allow ourselves to use layman terms, that's what a parasitic extraction is, a demonic exorcism. So I'm kind of at a point where it's like, it is what it is. Demonic things will keep testing. They'll keep testing and they'll hop skip into different people to see if this person or that, this circumstance or that will be successful at accessing me. Hell, they'll even use children. They'll use children. If a child can have access to you and that child is currently existing in a space that contains voids, right? They're going through some kids are like little people. They go through some hardship. They'll create voids in themselves to cope. Just like adults, right? Especially very intelligent kids. Um no, I'm good. I'm good. That's not me not loving the child. That's not me hating a child. That's a child. That's me recognizing, seeing the circumstance through the lens of the professional that I am. This is my subspecialty. I can assess things accurately. I just choose not to for myself because it creates a lot of disharmonic emotions. Why? Because it's the wrong thing? No, because for most of my life, I've refused to protect my own aura. I've refused to place my needs on the table of importance. And what's the table of importance? My back as I crawl on all fours, trying to appease the people who keep placing things on my back for me to carry, not because they can't carry it, but because it's so much more convenient if I do. That's a choice. Yes, that's a choice they make, but it's also a choice that I make. You know, when God gives you the ability to be able to stand and walk, and you choose to crawl on all fours instead, that's a choice. That is a choice. It's not always an easy choice to stand up because sometimes you've been walking on all fours for so long. Um, it's a little bit disconcerting. You get a little discombobulated standing for the first time in your life, using your spine for the first time in your life. Just like speaking up for yourself for the first time in your life. Sometimes it's a little bit like, whoa, oh my gosh, was I being mean? No, you were being truthful. See, many people, they can't stand me. Why? Because I'm truthful to a fault. Don't ask me no questions you don't want the truth to, because I'm going to tell you the truth. You sure you want to know? You sure you want to know? And it's not even me trying to be combative. It's me answering truthfully. But I'm also learning. Sometimes people will ask you questions that they know you'll be truthful about because they know you'll tell the truth. They now have some type of positioning in your life to start drama in your life. So, sometimes all you'll get from me is silence. Oh, no, no, no. Let me be more accurate. Let me be fully accurate. Most times, all you get from me is silence. Why? Because I deserve to have peace in my life. And in that peace, I can be more centered, solidified, and fortified to do whatever work God wants me to do. I answer to no one but God directly at this point. Your feelings are hurt? Talk to God. Ask God to help you understand why your feelings got hurt because I don't have the answers for you. That's me now securing my aura. People will say it's cold. Oh my gosh, she's so cold hearted. No, it's necessary. In a world where people don't listen to what you actually are saying, silence speaks loudly. Hope and celestial teacher. This is telling me that your hope for someone to teach you, to come along and teach you, you can hold on to that hope and you will have a celestial teacher. But if you want to see how deeply loved you are, you need to open your eyes to the reality that God is teaching you directly through your life circumstance. That the things you wish you could learn in a classroom, you're actually learning in the classroom of life. You are learning through all the interactions you choose to be part of or you choose to bow out of. I'm learning the things I choose to bow out of. Those are opportunities for me to learn how to more deeply love myself. As someone who for far too long became so accustomed with over explaining because I don't want your feelings to get hurt. I'm so afraid of how you'll receive me. I'm this and that. I used to over explain. And then I realized, oh, that's trauma. Sorry, guys. I realized that's trauma. Ooh, it dinged at just the right time. A lot of these things that you're thinking is evidence of you being a bad person. It's really just your trauma speaking. It's just your trauma speaking. Trusting tricksters. The trickster's only power is your trust. You are always free to withdraw it. Damn. Not all tricksters are big and scary. Some tricksters like to play the role that, oh, that they just love you. Why are you being like this? What do you mean? What do you mean, why am I being like this? Like, how am I being? What am I being? Honest? Why am I no longer prioritizing you and the drama? Why am I prioritizing my peace? Why wouldn't I? When your peace is something that adversely affects another person, you got to ask yourself why. You got to ask yourself why. I have this really good friend. They're basically family to me, right? And sometimes they'll go through things where they need it's kind of just like internal stuff, you know? They're having a period of introspection and they need silence. And so I make it a point to kind of give them the silence, the space, and the peace that they want, that they need. It doesn't have to be communicated. It's not going to be this thing of like, oh my God, you've been quiet for too long. Oh my God, like you haven't been over. Like, why aren't you messaging me? What's going on? Um, no. Yeah, there will be times if you're quiet for too long, I'll be like, you okay? You want to come over? Like, do you need more time, more space? Let me know. No pressure. You want to come over? You can come over. We'll like cook something. What you want to do? What you want to do? It's no biggie. You don't have to, right? I could message, and if they don't answer, okay, they need more time. It's no problem. Just need more time. Their attempt to solidify their peace, it doesn't threaten me. It doesn't adversely affect me. For people who get so bothered when you need quiet, when you need time to self reflect, when you involute, you dive deep into yourself to get more understanding of who you are, what you're growing to be. Um, they get upset by that. I mean, to me, that's weird. Why are you upset? Why are you upset? Do you need a hit of my energy? You need a hit of my attention? What is it? Is that what this is? Your love for me is contingent on how much attention I can give you, but you're going to frame it like you're trying to save me? Save me from what? I'm not afraid to be by myself. I'm not afraid to sit in silence. It doesn't bother me. It's not me breaking down. It's me just enjoying the solitude so that there's no distortions in the way I see myself in my life and how I function in that. You guys have to see how manipulative these demonics are, and they will use anyone in your life who has the capacity to disregard your need for peace and stillness and silence, right? It's it is very weird. Absolutely, it is very weird. Over the years, I've had people doing that where it's like, "You're too quiet. Like, you need to tell me what's happening." No, the fuck I don't. I'm enjoying myself and my family. What do you mean I need to tell you what's happening? It's one thing for you to be like, "Hey, you popped in my thoughts. I haven't heard from you in a while. How's everything?" That's one thing, but for you to be like, "You need to tell me what's happening right now." No, the fuck I don't. Why I gotta tell you? I remember years ago, this was years ago, I was so readily accessible to anyone and everyone when I first was publicly visible on Facebook. I literally spend hours opening every single message in Messenger and just really trying to help everyone, right? I was neck deep in my martyr phase. And I remember one time, like, It was too much. People were starting to fight over me, and I just don't do well with that. I'm just like, this is really weird. Like, I wanna be there for everyone, but this is really weird. This is weirding me out. And then my thyroid basically gave out. Yeah, it was my health just crashed. And so I was like, "Hey, you know what? I'm just gonna deactivate my account for a little bit, and I need to take care of my health and spend time with my family." My account was deactivated but a week. A week. Within the first 24 hours, uh, we had people threatening to find where other people were that they thought was bullying me or something, and they wanted to fist fight. They wanted to, like, I was like, "What the fuck is happening here?" And then we had other people blaming other people, like, "You made Emmy sick." What? Y'all are being really weird right now. They were blaming each other for the fact that I needed a break. For some of them, they were actually very concerned. They thought that someone was picking on me, and that's why I got off Facebook for a little bit. That I understand. They were trying to protect me. I understand. But for a large portion of that, it was like, are you mad because you're concerned about me, or are you mad because you wanted something from me and now you can't access me because I deactivated my account? A large portion of it, that's what I realized it was. That's what I realized it was. I even had some people accusing me of pretending to have throat cancer. I'm like, "What? Throat cancer? I don't have cancer. What are you talking about?" Like, "Yeah, no, they're saying that you're faking throat cancer so people feel sorry for you." But I don't have throat cancer. I don't even think I have throat cancer. What are you talking about? My thyroid needs some help, but that's not throat cancer. Mhm. And that's when I learned some people will be upset that their access to you is cut because guess what? Although they're framing it as loving you, concerned for you, they're really just feeding off of you. And how dare you cut off their supply? Secure your aura. Blu-rays are needing to activate to a degree that you've never been activated. Why? You know that spiritual war that everyone's been talking about for how long, and so now it seems like it's bullshit? That's why they were having people talk about it for so many years, because now it seems like it's bullshit, right? It's actually starting. It's actually starting. It's up to you what you're gonna do, but I tell you right now, securing your aura, that'll take you a very long way. Might even help you get through this entire process without being bothered one bit. There's a lot of energy that's being fought for. Those windows of opportunity are actually channels of energy. They're pumping tremendous amounts of divine energy into this time space matrix already. It's already started. It's going to continue to increase. That's what they're fighting over. And it's this assumption that if they can breach your space as a Blu-ray, some of you are designed, divinely designed to be warriors. They think if they can breach your space, they'll receive that energy, they could siphon it. That's why they're trying to use mirrors. Oh, I'm going to be live later today on TikTok. I'm going to be doing expedites. For those of you who were wondering about this expedite that I was talking about yesterday, the locked and loaded, it's on there. Oh, actually, let me check. Is it on there? I think it's on there. Hold on. It is the locked and loaded. For those who are like, what the heck is a locked and loaded? Oh, wait. Um, okay. The locked and loaded is where I will go ahead and secure all entry points into the home, not just a mirrored surface, which is a mirror or a black mirror, aka your TV. Also, all entry points, windows, doors, any unrecognized portals within the home, and then the loaded portion. So that's the locked. The loaded portion is that I will be creating an energetic repository that is affixed to your shield, and that repository is encrypted and can only be accessed by your higher self. Once your higher self triggers an alarm that something is attempting to encroach on your space, that repository, it will pressure inject energy into your space, causing you to register as the dominant consciousness in that space. If you look at the world of animals, whatever is dominant controls the space. There will be interlopers who will try and enter, try and access, try and take over. As long as you are dominant and can assert your dominance, they back down. That's how energy works. You can't fake your way through this. You just can't. So you have to make sure that you really work on your claiming of your life. Yeah, we do timestamps for the TikTok expedites because we load the videos onto a um, I pay for a server, and so we load it onto that server, and that way, um, YouTube won't demonetize and close the channel down because there's some stuff that's said that YouTube will absolutely go bonkers over. So yeah, we can timestamp and then we give you the link so that you can access it. Card number 32 is eternal gatekeeper, acknowledge, assert, and protect what's right for you. It's in reverse, you guys. Mm. Eternal gatekeeper, acknowledge, assert, and protect what is right for you. You know that whole concept of gatekeeping? Where do you think that came from? Where do you think that concept came from? What do you think it actually means? You see, they introduce something as part of predictive programming, right? But they introduce it in such a way that makes it appear to mean something else. So if you're a gatekeeper, you're bad. You're bad. I had someone once tell me on, I think it was TikTok, I was live and they wanted me to share um, information regarding my system. They weren't just curious. They basically wanted me to teach them about a very delicate type of process. And I was like, oh, you can, if you want me to teach you that, you can go ahead and sign up for my academy. And they totally were like, oh, so you mean I have to pay you to be safe? No, you absolutely don't have to pay me to be safe. But if you want to know what I teach, then yes, you have to pay me. And then it was this thing of like, you're gatekeeping. Yes, the fuck I am. I am the gatekeeper of the information I came into this life remembering. You want to know that information, you have to pass through me first. They expected me to be embarrassed. No, I'm not at all. I was tasked to guard the gate for this information. You can get any other information you want online. Go ahead. You want my information? You have to go through me. Why? Why would they introduce the whole gatekeeper thing and give it such a negative connotation? It's so that you would be ashamed and hesitate to guard your own gates to your auric kingdom. Think on that. Why else would they do that? Try and program us through social connections to deeply believe that anyone and everyone should have access to whatever they want from you. And that if you restrict that access, you're a gatekeeper, you're bad, you're selfish. Okay, well, if I'm all those bad things, get the fuck away from me. It's no biggie. Go someone else. Go someone else. Go. You're gatekeeping your energy, Emmy. Yes, because it's mine. It's mine. And I've shared it more than enough. So if I choose not to share it with you, it says something about you, not me. Not me. And you guys have to begin having that logic. If you're someone that has no problem sharing, and then suddenly someone in your life, like you are really struggling to share something with them, whether it's updates about your life, whether it's your energy, whether it's whatever it is, um, that says something. That says something. Card number 39, perspective. A calm and clear mind is free to see differently. Except it was in reverse. They don't want you to have a calm and clear mind. Part of the way you secure your aura is to make sure you have a calm and clear mind. And if the people who are trying to enter your life, trying to force interaction in your life, um, distort that calm and clear perception, now you know what's being used and who's being used as the entry point. Consciousness is light, but it's in reverse. So it's almost like this thing of they want you to be afraid of all these different parts of your consciousness. What do you mean, Emmy? Okay, your shadow is a part of your consciousness. Shadow is not an absence of light, it's a reduction of it. Yeah. Shadow is not the absence of light. It is simply a different polar positioning on that same plane of existence. Light and shadow are not opposites. They're just differing degrees of placement. What's the difference between love and hate? Love and dislike? Love and ambivalence? It's on a sliding scale. And the further away you slide from love, the closer you slide to hate. But it's on the same scale. It's on the same plane of existence. So they're not opposites. They're just different positions. Okay. So here. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Direct instructions from soul. Right now, we're being tasked to unify. Those of us who are Blu-rays are being tasked to unify. In what way? We're tasked to unify by way of our perception, allowing for clarity to be established and sustained, protecting that clarity, not allowing things to distort your perception of what it is you're trying to do to protect your peace. Now is the time to do it. Now is the time to do it. There are things that are being done in the background that you're probably not aware of. Ooh, I've never noticed she wears like a necklace of blue beads. And I'm like, what does that mean? And Michael says, all of the Blu-rays have identifiers. It's almost like you wear an ID tag. There's no tag, there's no name tag at the bottom. Those beads extend from your cord, your ninth chakra. It extends down from your cord and it broadcasts to the world. For Blu-rays, it broadcasts to the world that you are being activated. All of those beads are layers and levels of dimensional consciousness, in addition to past life memories, in addition to access codes for specific types of abilities. Y'all, shit's really about to pop off. You need to listen. Not to me. I'm receiving messages for myself. You need to listen to yourself, your higher self. And you need to cultivate a space for you to be able to do this with no distortions, no interruptions, no guilt, no none of that. Things are going to escalate. You know, it's funny. Blissful says, speaking of predictive programming, did you watch the new Ghostbusters? I did watch it, but at the end, maybe the last like 20 minutes or so, maybe even 30 minutes, um, I got knocked out of nowhere. I got knocked out of nowhere. Oh, but I do remember. Oh my God, they were already telling us. Okay. Thank you, Blissful. So, oh, I might ruin the movie for you guys. Are you going to watch it? If you're going to watch it, don't listen to me at this point. But um the girl makes a friend who's another girl, and it's kind of like because of her distorted beliefs, um she thinks like this is the only person that understands her, right? And it turns out what? There was an infiltration. For me, that's confirmation. The very people that you think are there for you and understand you, but you don't even really know them, right? It's the playing off of your insecurities. It's the playing off of your own traumas, the voids that exist within you. Like, those are what's going to be exploited. They're watching already. They're using the mirrors. Most people are Blu-ray. Blu-ray is Melchizedek hybridization. Most people are Blu-ray. You'd be hard pressed to find someone who is not Blu-ray. Typically, someone who is not Blu-ray, not even a tiny fragment, they tend to be an organic portal of the lowest level of consciousness. They're still human. They still need to exist with dignity, but that's really the only people I've ever come across um, who don't register as Blu-ray. Now, there are some who have a higher concentration of Blu-ray code. Um, those are, well, Blu-ray is Melchizedek. Everyone is hybridized through Melchizedek. Blu-ray, the way I reference it, Blu-ray is those who have a higher concentration of Melchizedek coding, which usually is indicative of the fact that they're part of um, the military branch of the Blu-ray consciousness. The higher concentration are those who have a military, spiritual military function in this life. So, um, yeah, the youths of today come to mind regarding that too, especially those who are so gifted. Those who are very gifted often feel very isolated. And when you feel very isolated, and the girl in the movie was very gifted as well. So that's, kind of confirmation of what you're saying. But those who are very gifted often feel very isolated, and they get so desperate to have resonance with another person that instead of going through the process that unlocks their confidence in themselves, they try and project it onto someone else and cling to them like a trauma bond. That's not going to help you in this time. It's just not. What you need to do now is really just allow yourself to go through your process, secure your aura by not allowing access for those people who are very distorted in their intentions towards you. They might love you, but they also might be very, very jealous of or hateful towards you, and they can't speak on it. And it might not even have anything to do with you. It might have to do with the things that they've personally been through, and you represent that. You trigger that just by existing. You don't necessarily have to fight with people. You can simply acknowledge it for what it is, someone who should not have active, unrestricted access to me. That's one of the most powerful ways you can secure your aura. Okay. I got to get going and my class going to start. I hope you guys get some powerful confirmation from this video. And please make sure you decide things for you at this point, not just what will keep a peace that never actually existed, but decide and choose the things that you need to sustain the peace you're trying to establish. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm